Fight on, men and women of blue and white. Fight on with all your very might. Horseheads high is our battle cry. Fight, horseheads, fight. Keep up the courage to keep goals in sight. Fight, horseheads, fight. For a horizon that is bright. Keep fighting, old, white, and blue. Shall ever walk a path that's straight and true. Raise your head up to the sky for horseheads high. With a final score of 21-7, my Horseheads Blue Raiders beat the Vestal Golden Bears, avenging their loss against them at homecoming. And moving on to the Section 4 title game next week. Bro, man, there is a lot to unpack here, and man, am I really excited. But before I do that, let's get to my low and my high, my act of kindness. Oh, if you couldn't tell, obviously that's my high. But my low is, originally there were plans yesterday, that's why I couldn't go to the game, but they wound up falling through. Like, if you saw my outfit yesterday, it looked slightly nicer than normal. Again, the plans fell through. But you know what? Hold on a second. Right here. This was the shirt I wore all day yesterday. You can tell in the video I wore it yesterday. I was wearing this shirt, which is blue and white, and Horseheads wound up winning. That's the secret to us winning when I'm not there. Ha! We got the mojo. Me, oh, don't worry. Next Friday, I am wearing this shirt for sure. No questions asked. Well, in case you're wondering, I got this out of my hamper. I'm not gonna wear a dirty shirt. I'm actually gonna wash it later. Because I'm responsible like that. And speaking of responsible, let's see, my act of kindness was, well, technically, because the plans fell through, I wound up, having a dinner with my folks, and I took the food out of the oven. My mom made mac and cheese. Mac and cheese. My mom makes rockin' mac and cheese. She does. I think I've shared this before, but I would say her mac and cheese is, let's see, it's definitely one of her top 5 things I've ever had that she makes. Maybe even top 3. So, yeah. Actually, let me bring my computer over here. Also, good news, I got a new power adapter. And it's actually a Dell one. The problem is that it still doesn't charge the battery, but I can at least count on this working. With that said, listen, I would love to say that this Blue Hammer Award goes to the entire team. Because it's very clear that after their losses to UE, Vestal, and Owego, they cleaned up a lot of stuff. They looked like the champions I know they are. And it was very evident that, from the very beginning, actually, the first quarter, because I was streaming the game, it was pretty evenly matched. It was. Give Vestal credit. They really, they definitely were, in the game, per se. It's just toward the end, we just ran wild. After we scored those, again, we won 21-7. After those first 2 touchdowns, Vestal never caught up with us. I believe their quarterback was also kind of injured, which, that is unfortunate, to be sure. Hope that kid is doing well. See, I can be fair. But, yeah, man. So, if I'm reading this correctly, If I can just find the roster right here. Okay, so numbers 11, 7, and 12 all scored touchdowns. As well as number 11 had 8 carries for 63 yards, as well as 12 having 2 carries for 42 yards. Number 9, 150 yards on 23 carries. And number 7 had 45 on 5 carries. 88, is it 88? Yes, 88 had 2 catches for 15 yards. Number 11 also had 2 catches for 13 yards. And it just says here that number 1 just had a catch. As well as number 12, quarterback completed 5 passes for 29 yards. Okay, I can 52 had 8 tackles, as well as 50 had 2 tackles and a sack. And number one had 6 tackles, and number 22 had 5 tackles. What other stats are there? Okay, that looks like all the stats. So, numbers 1, 7, 9, 11, 12, 22, 50 and 52, 88. I think I got everybody I just mentioned. So, I mean, listen. On the one hand, again, I really would like to just give this Blue Hammer Award to the whole team because everybody. I mean, listen. Yeah, I know I just mentioned those guys, and they did very well, of course. But I mean, football is a team sport. I guarantee you every player on that team did all they could to make sure that this game wound up being a success. And it showed. You know, it also helped that, let's be real here, we've got the best football coaching staff in Section 4. Yeah, I said it. Best coaching staff in Section 4. Head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, quarterback, like you name it. Like we've got the coaching staff and we got the players. And it seems that actually no, they've always had it together. Even in those games that they lost, it's not like they lost by a lot. I mean, think about it. They lost 3 games. And altogether, they lost by 5 points. Because they lost by 2 against UE and Vestal, and they lost by 1 against Owego. Those are all makeable differences. That's not poor coaching staff or poor undisciplined players. That's just unlucky, if anything else. You know, again, like, all they gotta do is clean up a couple things, including penalties, and you know what? They did clean up penalties. In fact, I think, actually, you know what? I also gotta give a major shot to the defense because we punt the ball on our 25-yard line or whatever, but it was a high snap and it wound up getting near the end zone. We stopped Vestal from scoring. Yeah, shout out to the defense on that. Yeah, man. I don't know what to say other than what I've already said. You know, my Horseheads Blue Raiders. You know, you guys did it. You went to Vestal's house and you took care of business like you were supposed to. And believe me, I would want nothing more than to celebrate all day about this incredible victory. However, I don't want to be a damper on this, but you guys do have one game left to play. Actually, I should say technically you do, if you win next week, yeah, you got, the state tournament and stuff like that, but in terms of winning the section, you guys do have one game left to play. Now, bit of a tangent here. As a Dallas Cowboys fan, technically I've been a fan all my life, but I was kind of on and off, partly because, I didn't want, as you're a kid, you want to rebel against your dad. And not to mention I grew up, like my teen years and early 20s were like the Romo years. So I really started paying attention to Dallas during, technically I always did pay attention, but I really started paying, me being a fan was reignited the year that Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott were rookies. From the year we made the playoffs, the Dallas Cowboys had a saying: finish this fight. And that was a mantra I used several times since then. I know I used it for the marathons that I ran. And you know what? I use it for whenever Horseheads gets this far. Because, this is more than just about winning the session. This is a revenge tour. My entire life, and even now, Horseheads, whenever they go to any of the Binghamton area schools, UE, Endicott, UE, Vestal, and Binghamton, it's always 6-0 due to officiating. And it winds up showing. This is a revenge tour, is what this is. And, listen, they got the revenge on Vestal, especially since Vestal beat us on homecoming. And you guys have one thing left to do. Do it again at UE. Listen, I've shared this story already, but for those who didn't hear it, the entire time I was at Horseheads, Union Endicott just didn't get the better of us. They always crushed us. It was always like 35-14, or they always beat us by a significant margin. And there was nothing we could ever do to beat them. Now, granted, in the last couple of years, things have been pretty evenly matched, but I saw that game, I streamed that game when Horseheads went to UE. That's a game I'm very sure that leaves a bitter taste in their mouths. To my Horseheads Blue Raiders, I know you guys are hungry. I know you're hungry. After what UE did to you guys a few weeks ago, you'd want nothing more to go back to their house and finish this fight. And I know they're going to do it. I'm sure they're going to do it. Because they're ready to do it. Sure. Yeah, Union Endicott beat Binghamton 56-6, but come on. I mean, I already talked about this once before. Binghamton, for whatever reason, just isn't good anymore. Don't know why. I mean, I'll give Binghamton this. It's a lot. I mean, the fact that they actually played in the sectional playoffs as opposed to last year where they had to forfeit because they had too many injuries on their team, that's already a huge improvement on their part. That's great. So congratulations to Binghamton on that. But yeah, Union Endicott had it easy. They're soft. They don't know what Horseheads has been through. They could never hope to know what Horseheads has been through. But we know exactly what they went through. I can name bare minimum, well, actually, hold on a second. 43 guys that remember what happened. And they want nothing more than to get their revenge. And, pardon the language, they're going to damn well do it. I know they are. So, right, I suppose I should probably give this Blue Hammer award to somebody. You know what? Football's a team sport. I'm allowed to give out the award as I see fit. This award goes to the team. There you go. Also, before I forget, hold on. Since I wasn't at the game, I couldn't do this. I'll do it here, though. Actually, hold on. There we go. Going to want to keep that short and sweet because remember I do live in an apartment building now. But yes, we're ready to go. So to my Horseheads Blue Raiders, players and coaching staff, congratulations. You guys did it. You got your revenge against Vestal. Now you gotta do it again. I hope you like this video. Like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm making this video for all of you guys watching your video. Have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Oh, happy Saturday, folks. And remember, if you guys want to talk, Sam will be here to lend. Always, everybody, take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.